Hi, legends. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Saturday? Right? I don't often do streams on weekends, but I thought today, let me have a stream with the community here on a beautiful weekend. I hope you don't have plans and maybe you can join me over here. Perhaps you have a beer, a whiskey, a coffee, a tea, a water. Let's just take a chill. And as per the thumbnail, I think it has created some curiosity. Why on earth is there a bat? WTF, right? Why is there a bat in the thumbnail? We will go and analyze the price of Bitcoin. Usually Bitcoin takes a little bit of a slow-mo price action on Saturdays. I expect volatility to start picking up again tomorrow evening just before the markets open. That's usually what starts to happen on weekends. And what are those high probable trading scenarios that we can prepare for now so that we're ready for tomorrow and the week ahead? Right, legends, smash up the like on your way in. Thanks for joining the stream. I think we're just going to take it relaxing. You know, it's weekend, we're chilling. Some of you are a little bit tipsy. Maybe you're making a braai or barbecue on the outside. And right, legends, welcome, welcome. Smash up the like. I see we've got random. Yeah, I'm first. So not random today, you first. Right, Frank, hello, dear Vault Legends, welcome. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, thanks for your support, thanks for being here. Cosmo, magical weekend to all, thank you, to you too. Delia, hi, dear Vault, happy Saturday. Alan, good afternoon. Yes, sir. Frank, hi. Mr. Sin Games, always in the house, thanks for joining. Tammy, hi, dear Vault, hello, hello. Right, Harmonic, is it? When Lambo, no, I'm not a car person, right? I think we all have our things that we like, and I always say that, you know, I spend my time and energy on the things that I truly enjoy in life, and the one thing I really enjoy in life is experiences above things. Okay, I would stay in a crappy house and drive a crappy car, but if I can experience the world and have and eat the best food and spend it with family and friends, from an experience perspective, go deep sea fishing. I'm really into fishing, so deep sea fishing, freshwater fishing, river fishing, any type of fishing, you know, you will see me there, you'll find me there. So that's where that's where I spend my time and my resources on. Okay, I also enjoy music. Okay, I don't mind going crazy in a music store buying the best sound system, but you won't find me with sexy cars and Rolexes and gold chains and things like that. Right, legends, let's go into sharing the screen over here. I saw a lot of the legends here in our free Discord community. Okay, first link down in the description if you'd like to join, the first link over there. Okay, asking for the CVD template, and I see since I've shared the CVD template and I've briefly explained over the live streams that I've been doing how to use it, people have just been making some insane gains. Okay, I just see the money starting to flow in over here. A lot of people asking how does it work, you know, tracking the CVD. Everyone's tracking the CVD now. How does it work? Thanks for sharing the settings. So by all means, I don't mind sharing this template. But I do want to highlight that it's one thing having a template like this, but it's quite another thing putting it into practice and combining it with your trading strategy. Okay, I do not just use CVD by itself. CVD is especially powerful when you use it in combination with a trading strategy. Okay, CVD by itself is just a template, it's just an indicator. What makes an indicator powerful is using it together with another trading strategy. Okay, cool, legends. I see you're Mr. Chris K here on the free Discord group. You've just been making insane gains, 3 successful trades in a row using the CVD template over here. Absolutely insane. I think yesterday Mr. Crypto Brick Brains actually asked me, Devil, are we going up? Are we going down? And I said, well, purely based on technicals, I can't be biased. Purely based on technicals, we have bully CVD. We are above the trend over there. For now, the possibilities are higher for us to move to the upside, and that's exactly what we got on Bitcoin. We moved to the upside. Right, so I hope you guys had some successful trades here to the upside. I think last week was a killer week for most of the legends here in the community. Also, you guys here on Discord sharing your screenshots and your P&Ls with me. So now it's a question of we need to keep those profits and we need to make more profits. And if we do lose, and when, no, not if, when you lose a trade, it's about how little you can lose and how much profit you can make. Keeping the losses small and keeping the wins big. Okay. Right. Legends also here on ETH. Just a curious question, okay? Which comes first? I have asked this in the Legends trading community, the pro memberships this morning. Just for curiosity, here on the price of Ethereum, we have a massive, okay, CME gap above us, quite a large CME gap. Okay, if I zoom out into the 12-hour time frame, I don't think I have ever, okay, maybe if we go back, yeah, there's a large one. It's not often that we see large CME gaps like this, but they, and there's a theory from a CME perspective. I don't trade CME gaps, but I do use them because I know they can offer resistance and support, especially the larger they are, the bigger they are, right? So the bigger the CME gap is, the more likely you are to fill it a lot quicker. Okay. Now the question is, we formed a massive CME gap here on the price of Ethereum. And the question now is, do we take the low first or do we close the CME gap first? Okay. Which comes first? Maybe I should write the poll over here. Okay. Poll settings are not working for some reason. Okay, there we go. Start a poll. Okay. I'm just typing here at the moment, and I'm a man. I can only do one thing at one time, right? Which comes first? On ETH. CME gap, or the low. Right, let's see. Let's just run that poll quickly here and see what everyone is saying. Okay, I'm going to say I will vote in a little while. Otherwise, I don't want people just to vote because I'm voting a certain direction. I want to hear what you guys are thinking over here. At the moment, 50-50, 60-50, it's jumping around. Let's see how it's going to go over here. Okay, legends. So on Ethereum, right, you can see when I zoom into this price action on the 8-hour time frame, let's just zoom in here a little bit. You can see, okay, the CME gaps are quite powerful. We have tapped the top of the CME gap here on Ethereum, and at the moment it is offering resistance. Okay, you tap the top, and it's often said that the bottom or the top can offer support and resistance. So we have tapped the top, and now we're finding some downwards momentum. Question is, are we going to close it before we take the low, or are we going to take the low before we close the CME gap? Right, and this is basically the question that I'm asking in the poll. What do you think is going to happen here on the price of Ethereum? Okay, cool. Then, legends, stay tuned. Okay, Mr. Sin Games is onto something over here, right? Good morning, Devil Ghost. Thanks for joining. Valentino, Tradingview look for CME futures. Yes. Smash the like. Sin Games Devil, what is the best time frame do you feel for watching CVD, or does it depend on what time frame I am trading? I will spill a little bit of nuggets over there. I see double bottom on ETH, right? Double bottom on ETH. Let's see. Are you talking about this double bottom over here? The larger double bottom? Or are you talking about like the 15-minute or 1-hour time frame? Okay, definitely a possibility, okay? See double bottom. Okay, I'll check that out. Cool. Right, legends. Let's get into the price of Bitcoin, okay? And if you guys do have some altcoin requests, let them come in. Mr. Crypto Big Brains will summarize it, and we'll tackle maybe 1 or 2 of the most requested altcoins here. But I just want to take chilled over here, and as per Mr. Sin Games' comment, why is there a bat, okay, in the thumbnail? Because it's got to do with harmonic patterns, and I usually like, especially to look at harmonic patterns once the C point is in. Okay, sometimes I will play out a scenario and the C point is not in, and more than often these scenarios fail. Okay, but now that we have the C point, I'm very interested in two harmonics that I'm keeping an eye on. For those of you that don't know harmonics, by all means go and Google it, do some research on harmonic patterns. There are many harmonic patterns. Maybe I can open up the template over here. I think I have it open here somewhere. Cool. No, legends, it's just going to take me too long to try and find that template now. I've got too many things running here at the background. Okay, but there's many harmonic patterns. You get 𝗬𝗆𝗍𝗍, you get bat harmonic patterns, you get butterfly harmonic patterns, and I mean, people give these things just all the crazy names that you can think of. The bat harmonic pattern specifically, okay, is this one that I'm watching, where you retrace to the 0.88, okay, and then you have a reversal to the downside. Harmonic patterns are also referred to as reversal patterns. Okay, so I'm just going to give a little bit of education over here for those of you that don't know about harmonic patterns. You want to stay tuned, okay, because they are very powerful and they play out on all the time frames. 1 minute time frame up until the weekly time frame, these patterns play out. Okay, so the one that we're watching over here is on the 1 hour time frame, and there are two possible scenarios. Okay, so you can see when you open up, I think I'm going to have to do this to show you guys my toolbar. Yes, there we go. When you open up your 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth tab on your toolbar on Tradingview, you will see that you've got the first one over here, which is your harmonic pattern. Okay, and you can go and draw your harmonic patterns. Okay, so that's how you get to your harmonic patterns. First things first, okay. The first one that plays out the most often on Bitcoin is what we refer to as a 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗍. It's this one over here, okay? And you get them both in a bullish and in a bearish scenario, okay? So in a bearish scenario, this is what it looks like, and in a bullish scenario, it's just flipped, okay? But the one I'm looking at now is from a bearish perspective because we are potentially looking for momentum to the downside. Okay, so legends, I have highlighted during many of my live streams yesterday, or this week rather, that I still see us coming to claim this high before we claim the low. And I've said this multiple times, and now we're getting some upwards momentum over here. Okay, and we can go and analyze the price here inside of this structure in a moment. So we have to now kind of work with the scenario of, well, if we do find continuation here to the upside, right, can we reject? Are we just going to rock it here and not come back down? Or can we still reject without taking the high over here? So, and this is why I'm keeping an eye on these harmonics. And typically how I trade these harmonics is that I know, okay, the 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗍 harmonic has a maximum target of the D point at the 786. So what you basically do is, let me just take the brushes here out the way, just to explain for those of you that don't know, and if you do know, maybe a little bit of a refresher, and maybe you can let me know in the comments if you know about something that I'm not aware of, okay? Because, I mean, I don't know everything. I try and share as much as I can, but let's go. Okay, legends, so here's your measurements for when you draw an harmonic. So basically between your X point and your D point, you want to see the retracement not deeper than the 0.786. And here you can see from the X point until the D point, when I take a fib, a normal fib from the high to the low, okay, at the 786 is where you want to see this retracement start reversing to the downside. Okay. Then your A point is obviously just from the high to the low. That's your A point. What's important about the harmonic is your B point and your C point. Okay, this is the two important levels over here. You want your B point to retrace round about the 0.618, and we have retraced round about the 0.618 where the B point is. perfect. Okay, so this level makes perfect sense. And then you want your C point to be between the 0.382 and between the 0.886. It doesn't have to be one of those two numbers. It can be in the range between those two numbers. And you can see we are at the 0.489, so we're nice little bit in the middle of those two numbers, which is perfect. Okay, so this harmonic balance perfectly. The second thing that you want to look at is symmetry. Okay, I like to speak about symmetry, especially when it comes to harmonic patterns, is that ideally what you would like to see, what I call by symmetry, when you look at the bat or you look at the butterfly, this is why they named it after these animals, is that you want this, the middle point, you want this section to be the same length as this section. Both wings needs to be more or less the same length. Okay, so from a timing perspective, we can now start working out. If I take a time fib from X to B, measure. So what I'm basically doing is I'm measuring how long this wing is. And then you can see here by the 1-to-1 ratio, okay, is, what is today? Okay, today's the 17th, is on the 19th of August, 10 o'clock in the morning in South Africa, Central European time. Okay, it's not to say that it has to fall over here, but you want to see it in this range somewhere so that the symmetry looks more or less okay. Okay, if this wing had to be over here, for example, it doesn't make sense. If the wing had to be there, for example, it doesn't make sense. You want this wing to be between the 0.618 and round about the 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, it's not, nothing is ever perfect in trading, so you have to have a little bit of flexibility in order to execute these patterns. So if I tap it here at exactly the 1-to-1 ratio, it gives us, 19 August, which means this potential harmonic will only play out on Monday. Okay, right, so this pattern complies with the fib levels. Is that what I'm looking at? Yes. Okay. And usually how you trade these harmonics, okay, I just want to take the brushes out and take this time fib out, clean up the chart a little bit over here, is that they represent reversal patterns. So ideally what you would like to see is for price to find strength to the upside and reject by the 786 and start falling down. Okay, and then the next pattern is just as easy. The next pattern is exactly the same. The only difference between the bat pattern that I have in the thumbnail and the 𝗬𝗍𝗽 pattern that I have over here is that the D point goes to the 0.88. That's the only difference. Okay, as simple as that, right? So you can either reject by the 0.786 or you can reject by the 0.88. Okay, hope that makes sense. Right, legends. So now what you would want to do is I can now take these things out the way, zoom into this pattern over here. Now what I want to see is areas of confluence. Okay, I'm not going to just go and blindly put limit orders over here, okay, hoping for the price to turn around and then the price does this, invalidating the harmonic pattern. Okay, I'm going to wait. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for areas of confluence. Once I find areas of confluence and the price moves to that area, and I do have areas of confluence over here that could offer resistance to the downside, I'm going to wait and observe price reaction. I want to see some choppiness. I want to see price slowing down, finding weakness, and then together with the CVD template that everyone is raving about at the moment, I will look for weakness and bury CVD when we hit this target, which could give you that signal that we're going to fall to the downside. Okay, right. We can talk about where to take profits in a moment. And then if we do smash through the 786, we can also reject by the 0.88. So the next thing that I'm then looking at is where can we take profits? Do we have areas of confluence? Okay, so I go and switch on my daily levels. I go switch on my point of controls. Now the chart is going to start looking messy, I know. Okay, but I'm now looking for areas of confluence. Right, and now you can see the chart looks like an absolute mess. And maybe I'm going to go on to the 4-hour time frame and zoom out a little bit so you can see the candles better. Okay. So what I do like, okay, about the 786 level is that just beneath we have a daily level, we have a daily naked point of control, and we also have a weekly naked point of control in this zone. There is a lot of levels of confluence over here, just below the 786, and then more aligned with the 786, we have another level, a daily level, you know, that can offer resistance to the upside. So I will be observing the price reaction on the 15-minute time frame when the price gets there, or if it does get there. How do we react in this zone? And what you could see definitely is price move up. It moves up and it starts getting weakness over here, but it has that last week that grabs the liquidity. And okay, it still gets acceptance back below these levels. It taps the daily level, the 786, and it finds weakness to the downside, and then you start reversing. So very interesting area of interest for me over here. And then by the 0.88, not much going on over there. Okay, there's a little bit above, we have a weekly and a daily level. Okay, so if we do find strength to break through these levels and there's just no weakness, there's just strength here to the upside, with a 0.88, I would like to see a rejection here by a weekly and a daily level. They are at exactly the same level, untapped. Okay, so you might get the price action coming up here, tapping that level and getting acceptance back below the 0.88, where I will trigger a short. Okay, depending on the price action that I see here, 𝗬rie CBD building up, right? We have to trade with good risk management. Okay, smash up the like for the education over here, legends. I mean, I'm sharing a lot of alpha, lots of education with everyone over here. So this is basically how you trade a harmonic pattern. Okay, cool. So I've gone through that. 886 FIP looks a good target for me. That's where we need to look at CVD. Yes. I know there's definitely a possibility for us to reject in this area, but I also like the 0.88 more because of the following. Okay, when I just switch off, okay, let me just clean this chart up a little bit because it frustrates me when the chart is so dirty. Okay, let's clean the kitchen. When we are still, there's still a lot of people bearish at the moment. But I have highlighted, okay, never a guarantee, obviously, I have highlighted that we have a stronger possibility of claiming this high before we claim the low. And a lot of people are still calling for us to claim this low before the real bull market kicks in. So you then want this structure to be corrective. And if this structure is going to be corrective, because this is A wave, and this wave that we're forming over here is a B wave on the larger time frames, okay? I'll go back into the daily time frame and show you guys. We're looking at a larger WXY correction, and this is the A, B, C inside of the last Y wave. For those of you that has been following me, you know exactly what I'm referring to. Okay. What I do like about the 0.88, okay, is that B waves love the 0.88 target. They love it. Okay, we've had lots of B waves inside of the daily structure, believe it or not. Okay, just want to switch this off, go here onto the daily and show everyone B wave targets. Okay, when you look at this, okay, this is what I mean. You take a FIB from the high to the low. Where did we reject? 0.8. Okay, then I take another FIB from the high to the low. Where did we reject? Twice. 0.8. Can you guys see? 0.8. You do get those wicks to the upside where the daily level is hiding, right? 0.8. So they do. So the point that I'm trying to make over here is that B wave targets, all of these waves here to the upside were A, B, C. Okay, they were B waves here to the upside. So this just proves to, from a data perspective, it just proves how much B waves love the 0.88 target. But perhaps we're going to get a front run. Okay, you can definitely come up here and reject by the 786 and get continuation to the downside to come and claim the low again. And this is why, legends, I highlighted during some of my previous live streams to say that there's definitely a possibility. For now, I still believe that we still stand a higher chance of claiming the high before we claim the low. But once we've claimed the high, there is still a high probability that we can then come and claim the low. Okay, hope that makes sense. And this is that larger WXY structure, not that one, that I always talk about. Okay. Where did I hide it? I know I did actually make a folder for that one. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, once again, a little bit messy here, but just to recap, okay, just basically doing a recap of what we discussed last week is to say that if we are still looking for a WXY, okay, a Y structure that's going to end over here, so I have to basically put that Y over here because I see a lot of people are still calling for us to take the low, because the structure looks corrective. It doesn't look impulsive here to the upside. Everyone is calling for another low to the downside. I'm not convinced, okay? I've just seen so many times in the market, right? When we were in the previous bull run, everyone was calling for 100K, 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 100K. It didn't come. And then when we're in the bear market, everyone was calling for $10,000, $10,000, $10,000. It didn't come. Now I see everyone calling for another low, another low, another low. So definitely a possibility that we might not get it. Okay, but I just have to highlight the scenario because based on the counts inside here, this structure does not look bullish just as yet. It does look corrective to the upside. So we need to be prepared, okay? Right, legends. So the probabilities are still higher to take this high. And you really want this structure to go as high as possible, okay? If we are going to reject and take the low, you want the structure to go as high as possible so that when we complete the C wave and the Y wave, we do not take this low. It's as simple as that. Okay, so I did also highlight, legends, that, okay, a WXY, basically what it means is that you have an ABC inside of each structure. You have an ABC and W, you have an A, B, C, and X, and now what we're potentially looking at is an A, B, C in Y to complete this corrective structure and then start with a bull run to the upside, to come and take this high once again, and maybe that $100,000, $110,000 area. Hope that makes sense. Okay, legends, also remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, link down in the description under exchanges bluffing, no KYC required, largest sign-up bonus. Also, here's the link for our free Legends trading community. We have a pro section, we have a free section. Okay, I don't mind sharing now and again with people stuff here on the free section, but I do spend most of my time here in the pro section. Okay, I do a live trading analysis every single morning during the week. Andy joins in there as well. He gives his analysis. I mean, you can see here in the Legends Pro community, there's a section for Andy. There's a section for myself. You know, yeah, this morning I already posted the Harmonic for the people over here. They voted for the CME gap. And then also they have their own Bitcoin, the altcoin sections, money shots, you know, people just absolutely killing it from a money shot. Excellent risk management. We do share our losses here as well so that we can learn from it. And I mean, absolutely just insane. And then inside of the free section, you also have your chat section, right? You have how to join the Pro Legends community, the money shots, everyone just absolutely killing it with the trading. And I also share some of my trading setups over here where I took profits. I like to, when I share a P&L, I like to share why I took the trade. So I always take a screenshot of my Tradingview chart and then post my P&L on top to show people why I entered a trade. I often don't like a screenshot just like this, for example, because it doesn't tell me why you entered, where you entered, where's your stop loss, how did you exercise. You know, I want to learn something. It's just my personality. I want to learn something. When I see a screenshot like this, and even this one, I mean, yeah, I did it, but I think sometimes people know exactly the trade that I'm referring to. But I think what would have made this screenshot even more powerful is if I showed, okay, where I took the trade and how I took profits on the way up. Where did I enter? Where was my risk management? Because then you can learn something from it. Okay, more powerful for me. Nonetheless, if you guys want to join our Legends Trading community, first link down in the description. Come and trade with me with the largest sign-up bonuses. No KYC required here on Bluffin. And also, when you trade on Bybit, you also get 20% discount on your fees. It costs you nothing extra, and it also supports the channel. Okay, that's why I'm here. It helps me to be here. Right. Okay, Legends. Let's go back into what we've discussed over here. I can now switch this off and go back onto the 4-hour time frame. Okay. So I think I've spent a lot of time now explaining the bad scenario, the harmonic to the downside, and okay, perhaps let's go and analyze the price action inside of this structure over here. So for that, I want to go into the 1-hour time frame. And maybe before I dive into that, let me go through some comments. Okay, also to look at CRO and XDC. Okay, perfect. We will go through that in a moment. Right, exactly what I see, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, 67 to 42K, maybe as low as 37. Yes, Mr. Sin Games, I remember you during many of my live streams highlighting your analysis states that we're still going to go down lower. So, I mean, definitely a possibility that that scenario can play out. So, I always say a good trader will look at one scenario. A great trader will always have a bullish and a bearish scenario and a plan around how he's going to trade if one of those two scenarios play out. Okay, so that's why I always try and highlight the bullish and the bearish case scenarios, is to know that if price hits a certain level, oh, we've spoken about that bearish scenario. This is the area that I need to look for possible trade, and vice versa. Okay, cool, Legends. So now I've gone through, we can check theta and ape, right? Okay, I'll research on how to use the ABC waves and WXY. Yeah, Ghost Levi. Good luck, okay? And I hope you learn a lot, because WXY corrective structures inside of Elliott wave theory are extremely complex. Okay, they are extremely complex. You get flags, you get flat scenarios. Also, what I've shown you over here on the daily time frame, remember what I've shown you on the daily time frame, I just want to make some screen available over here, is that if this is a WXY, okay, for argument's sake, you can have a 1, 2, 3 ABC, ABC, and then you can either have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which completes the Y wave, or you can have a larger ABC that I've just shown you. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, the Y wave can definitely be in already, because we have a 5-wave structure to the downside. The question, the conundrum now is are we going to form a 3-wave structure, an ABC, because we already have a 5-wave to the downside? So you can definitely have an ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where the low is at the moment can be the end of Y. Okay. Let's go and zoom into this structure over here. Okay, so Legends, looking at this structure, remember what I've said, okay, about the range high and range low, okay? So the one thing that I'm looking at over here is that when you have a nice drop to the downside and you make your first high, this is what I refer to as the range high. Then when you tap it for the first time, you want to see price move away. I see a lot of people took this trade here with me to the downside. We claimed the lows, beautiful trade in the pocket, played out to perfection. Then the second rule for this trading strategy states, if you tap this level again, you are going to come and fill the inefficiency. And we have almost tapped it. I didn't look at all the other exchanges, Bybit, Coinbase, and all the other exchanges. Maybe some of the other exchanges did take the high or did tap this level again. I'm not sure. But so what I'm trying to highlight over here is if this structure does find strength to come up here and we tap this level again, and we even start trading above it, you increase the probabilities of coming to fill the inefficiency. And it looks like that might be the scenario that's going to play out over here. And that is why I'm keeping an eye on the bigger harmonic patterns, because I know if we tap this level again, we increase the probabilities of coming to fill the inefficiency, which most likely tells me that we're going to come claim these highs over here, because there's a massive amount of liquidity lying above these highs. And then we have that 786 level above, and we have the 0.88. Okay, also what I'm looking at is, where's my local, right, okay, not really this one. Okay, also what I'm looking at is, when I look at the structure, and this is why a lot of people are saying that this structure is bearish, is of the following. A lot of people are looking at this structure as a WXY. Okay. And definitely, if we do come back down, okay, X wave can still go down lower. It's not invalidated. But for now, this is the low that we have. So if we do find strength here to the upside and we go and claim this high, then we know that we are busy with the Y wave if this is a WXY. There are more bullish counts inside of this structure where this is potentially a 1, 2, 3 year to the upside. They are bullish counts, but for now, the reason why a lot of people believe that the low can be taken is because this structure looks terribly corrective. It looks like a 1, 2, 3 wave structure here to the upside. Where's the 5th wave? Where's the 5 wave structure? Okay. That's what makes the structure confusing. Then you can start forcing some counts in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So maybe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to the upside, which completes a first wave. This is all an AB or WXY here to the downside, and we're now going to go into bull market territory. So it is a confusing structure to count for bullish momentum to continue to the upside, and that is why most people believe that this is either a WXY or some sort of other corrective structure here to the upside. But I would not be surprised, okay, if this is the structure that's going to take us to the bull market, because all the bullish structures in the past has failed us. And now we have a bearish structure here that tells us that we can take the low. And I wouldn't be surprised if this structure is going to take us to higher levels. But we need to be prepared, okay? So in order to calculate the target for the Y wave, okay, this is also where these two levels now become very interesting. The Y wave has a target once your W and your X is in. I can go and calculate where's the target areas for a typical Y wave from an Elliott wave perspective. So if I take a trend-based FIB from the low, okay, just want to make sure that I can see that pivot properly, from the low to the high to the low of X, okay, let's just, well, we have to assume that X is in for now because we're getting upwards momentum. The Y wave has common targets of the 0.618, very common Y wave target, and the the 1-to-1 extension and the 1.236. So how it works is, it doesn't mean that a Y wave has to tap one of these targets. You could literally, I mean, and this is a big range, you can have a target box in here to say that your Y wave, I just want to take some of the scribble out. Okay, your Y wave can reject inside of this zone, anywhere inside of this zone, okay? And you can see that the Y wave has confluence with a 0.786 and the 1-to-1, and it can go and take the high even. The Y wave can go and take the high at $73,000. Very interesting. Okay, but the most common targets for your Y wave is between the 1-to-1 and the 0.618 in this zone over here. Okay, so I mean, what makes this interesting is that even this corrective structure could potentially support that harmonic patterns that I've highlighted during the beginning of the stream for momentum back to the downside, where we could come and claim the low once again. So if you are bearish, and you are a firm believer that this is a corrective structure here to the upside, we're going to reject in this zone, okay, this is going to be a massive swing trade here to the downside. Okay, that could potentially take us to that $41,000, $42,000 level, right? This is the zone you want to pay attention. And if we do reject, legends, like I've said, with the levels of confluence, the daily levels that we have lots of confluence by the 786. We have a daily level here above the 0.88. If I spot weakness in this zone over here and price starts rolling down with berry CVD struggling to break through, I will definitely, okay, keep some of this position and trade here open to the downside to definitely come and claim the low and even lower levels, because this could be a massive swing trade to the downside. But I will take profits on the way down just to make sure that I pay myself as a trader. Okay, and if I spot, usually sometimes what I do is when price moves down, okay, I will start taking profits. And if I still continue to see weakness to the downside, I don't see strength, I will sometimes add to my position at another confluence level where we are losing momentum, okay, and I will add to my position again. So I'll take profits, add to my position, take profits, add to my position. But I mean, there's still a lot that needs to happen, and I will do some live stream and education inside of our Legends Pro community, and we will analyze the price situation if we do get the drop here to the downside. Okay, I hope I have explained this as best as I possibly could. Okay, so I suppose the last thing that we can look at over here is that if I just clean up some of these things over here, and zoom into the 15-minute time frame. That's what I'm looking for. Big short with good risk management. Yes, Mr. Sin Games. I mean, I agree with you. That could be a really, really, really good short to the downside. Okay, if that had to play out. But I will highlight, if I do not see weakness and I see bullish CVD and momentum continuing to the upside, green volume starts to increase, I am not shorting that level. I'm not shorting it. I might short scalp it, definitely, but from a swing perspective, there's no ways that I'm shorting that level. So, I mean, we obviously have to wait for price to get there to see what the data is telling us. Okay. Also, when I look at CVD, everyone's favorite indicator here at the moment, if I go here onto the 1 hour time frame and I zoom out a little bit, just wait for the price action to load up. Okay. What you would like to see, okay, now this is where, okay, what you would like to see ideally is that when price moves up here to that 0.786 and 0.88 levels, you ideally want to see some bearish CVD building up against these two pivots, which I highly doubt we will get, because CVD is absolutely, it's just fallen here to the floor, right? You can see how whales, as per my live stream on Friday, did you guys see the thumbnail picture? Whales are aggressively buying as price is finding its way here to the downside and correcting here to the upside. You can see how whales are buying. Okay, absolutely insane. But I will still give it a chance, even if we don't get berry CVD between this pivot and this pivot. Okay, I will still be observing the local CVD on the 5-minute and 3-minute time frame. Okay. Right, so at the moment, here on the 5-minute time frame, what I'm seeing here on CVD is, I want to make sure, it's a combination. It's a combination of bullish and bearish CVD, so very confusing price action at the moment. Okay, so you can see that we have a slightly lower high over there, and we have higher highs on CVD, confirming that this is the target. Okay, but then more locally, and so now that I know that there is CVD between these two pivots, I'm more interested in what's going to happen here, because even with the bearish CVD, if I see local bullish CV building up over here, it takes priority over the larger CVD. So more interested in to see what's going to happen with this price action over here. Okay, but at the moment, we have a combination of bullish and bearish CVD, and this is typical Saturday price action behavior. Like, you just go sideways, you claim the highs, you claim the lows, you claim the highs, you claim the lows, you claim the highs, and that's how you go sideways. Claim the highs, claim the lows. Okay, very boring price action on Saturdays, because you also have bullish CVD between these two pivots. Okay, of which the target is the high. We didn't take the target yet, but now you have bearish CVD against these two pivots. So can you see how confusing it gets? So what price will typically do is it will just range in this area until we leave the zone. We need to leave the zone. And also why I'm saying we need to leave the zone, often what market makers will do is that they will build up liquidity, okay? They will let price do this so that people can build up liquidity. You'll have people that believe the price is going up, and you'll have people that believe the price is going down. So there will be massive liquidity building up above and below, okay? And you'll have this confusing price action. You just don't know which way it's going to go. Oh, now it's bearish, now it's bullish. Now it's bearish, now it's bullish. You have the two indicators here working against each other. And then typically what happens on a Sunday is you get bang, bang. It stops both positions out. And I wouldn't be surprised if I look at liquidity. Okay, let's refresh it. You can see already, like clockwork, okay? You can see weekend liquidity is building up at the top, and it's also building up at the bottom. Very powerful. Can you see what CVD is doing on weekends? It's building up liquidity both at the top and at the bottom. And usually what happens on a Sunday is that the market makers will grab the liquidity on both sides. So you either get a drop and then a strong bounce to the upside. So you grab all of that liquidity and you grab the liquidity above, and then the real move happens. So this is sometimes referred to as the weekend fake out, but you can get it the other way around. You get the fake out and then you get continuation to the downside. The question is, where's the real move going to take place? Because on Sundays, often what you get, and even some days and sometimes on Mondays, is that you build up liquidity above the range that you formed over the weekend. And the question is, which way is the true move? Because if the true move is up, you will typically see something like this. It stops everyone out over there. It also grabs this liquidity, but then the momentum continues in the way that it's supposed to continue. Okay, and this is why I don't like to trade on Saturdays. I don't like to trade on Saturdays because of this. Okay, and also it gives me a break away from the charts. But I mean, I'm spending it here with you guys today. I don't have an issue. I wanted to do a weekend stream. I told Mr. Crypto Big Brains on Friday after my live stream, I think I need to do a weekend stream this weekend. So smash up the like. I appreciate every one of you being here, watching the live stream together with me. I hope you enjoy the alpha from an education perspective that I'm sharing. And also, if you are a person that's only looking for signals, this is not the channel. Okay. For me, my goal and Andy's goal is to educate so that you can fish for yourself. Yes, there is sometimes, like on Thursday when I highlighted the short and everyone asked me where you're planning to take profits. I said by the lows. There's some bearish CVD in the area, and I saw a lot of people took this trade together with me here to the downside. Okay, sometimes I do drop some nuggets of legends. And you can see even I rewatched the live stream. I was hesitant to tell everyone I've entered a short because I'm always scared of people not practicing good risk management, because it has happened in the past where I say I'm entering a short over here and you get people entering with the entire portfolio at 100x leverage just because I entered a short, and then price moves against us and then I get nasty messages after the fact. Okay, so I'm always a little bit scared of highlighting live trades. It's especially inside of YouTube. Because of the backlash and the poor risk management that people exercise. Okay. So that's why I try and keep the channel more educational so that you know how to fish for yourself. I tell you about the range low, the range high strategy. I've shared with you the harmonic patterns here and the levels of confluence that I'm looking at for a possible short when we get to those levels. Okay, and it's inside the Legends Pro community where I might go live and say, Legends, let's trade this together. Okay, here's the trading setups that I'm looking at. This is where I plan to put my stop loss. This is where I plan to enter. So that's where I share more trading setups inside of our Legends Pro community. First link down in the description if you'd like to join that section. Our Legends Pro community. Okay. Cool. Legends, that is basically what I see on the price action of Bitcoin. Let's do some altcoin requests. I know. Okay, here we go. Mr. Crypto Big Brains. Yes, you're on the ball, man. You're really on the ball. Let's look at Litecoin. Okay, not Litecoin. Let's look at the ones that you have highlighted over here. Alt Crow. Let's look at Crow. A lot of people want to see Crow for some reason. Is it this one? Is this the Crow that you guys are referring to? Sorry, I don't know. I don't know Crow. I've heard about it before. I've never traded it. Okay, thank you, Crypto King. Thank you. Thank you so much. H-bar, please. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍 is the man. Thank you so much. Smash up the like for the education, okay? No one knows that I'm live today. So it really helps if you guys smash up the like button so that YouTube can tell everyone, hey, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 is live, okay? So please go smash up the like button. This is how you guys help me to grow the channel. Okay, so let's look at Crow over here. I'm just going to do some basic technical analysis. I'm not going to dive too deep into the scenario over here, but I mean, you can see that we have found very strong support. Okay, that's where we found support. Let me just make this green so that it doesn't look awkward. Okay, so Crow, it had a nice pump and dump. Ooh, be careful, be careful. Crow had a nice pump and dump, but I do like the support that we have found. Okay, you can see we already wicked into it. We found continuation to the upside. We wicked into it and we found continuation to the upside at the 786 level over here. And so this is definitely important support that needs to hold for Crow, especially if you're a long-time investor and you've got a spot bag of Crow. Okay, this level needs to hold, because everyone knows what I'm about to say is that if you're going to tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of coming to take these lows. So this area has to hold if you are bullish on Crow. Okay. I can just see by the price action and the wicks that it left behind, it's not a day trading coin for me. This is not a coin that I will day trade. I don't like wicks like this to the upside. It stops you out and then it goes into the direction that you wanted it to go to anyways. Okay, I don't like it. So from a day trading perspective, let's see. Okay, so and this is what makes altcoins so difficult, that has these wicks to the upside, because now I want to do technical analysis and I want to draw a nice little trend over here. And now the question is, where do I put my trend there? Doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to put my trend here. Okay, it's more 45 degrees. It has more confluence, more taps. So it really makes trend line strategies and analysis difficult on altcoins that have these wicks to the up or to the downside. So, and that is why I sometimes like to focus on larger time frames when I analyze some of these low liquidity. Okay, I'm not saying small market caps. I'm just saying some of these altcoins have low liquidity, so they cause these wicks to the up and to the downside. Right. So, I mean, from a bullish perspective, I'll wait for the trend to break over here. Okay, not a beautiful trend because I don't like this wick. You can see where we got rejected by the 618 level, and now I'll just track this momentum to the downside. So you could be one of those traders that says, I don't care what happens until we break the trend. So price can go sideways, it can go down, it can go up. Until my alarm goes off, I will make a trading decision once we tap the trend over there. Okay. So ideally, what you would like to see is, you see, and this is also what makes it difficult here on Crow, is that if I take a fib here from the low to this high, now the question is, do I take this high or do I take this high? Because was this a scam week because of low liquidity? Is it actually part of the technical analysis, or is it not part of the technical analysis? It just really makes it difficult. Okay. And it actually makes more sense when I put my fib over here, because look at the beautiful confluence at the 0.382 level. So ideally what you would like to see is for the 382 to hold. You can still bounce here by the 50% fib level, but the 618 looks better to me because it has price action to support. If price falls down here, it has a cushion over here. Okay, so the 618 level actually looks better to me, that if we do lose the 382 and not break out from here, I think the 618 level looks better from a support perspective, to then potentially have the breakout here to the upside. But I mean, it is a little bit confusing. Okay, Crow is a little bit confusing from a technical perspective. Next one, let's go. It was Crow Theta. I actually want to look at Theta. theta USDT. I do have a spot bag of theta. Okay, no financial advice. So I'm also interested in the analysis, and I haven't actually analyzed it in a while. So I also want to see where are we, okay, from a theta perspective. Do this. Okay, that looks better. Right. Okay, legends, theta, yeah, I mean, you can just see how much support is here. Can you guys see this consolidation area? Usually, when you look to the left, when price is either going up and there's consolidation, or price is falling down and there's consolidation, these consolidation areas provide massive support, okay? So, and what do I mean by that is, and I see Andy often speaks about this as well, it's really important, okay, to notice these things, as because when you have just price action moving in a straight line to the upside, more often than not, you are going to come and close the inefficiency because there's no price action to support where the price can bounce properly. And then when you get into consolidation areas to the left, you can see now price is starting to slow down. It left a massive wick, and you want price to find support inside of this zone, because here's another, okay, straight candle here to the upside. So you want price to find support in this zone, and this is currently where we're finding support. Okay. Also, we have not tapped the 786 just as yet, but it's inside the golden zone. It's struggling here by the 0.618. But I mean, from a simplicity perspective, I'm just keeping an eye here on the trend. So I know that the structure still looks great. Okay. Some of the altcoins that I'm looking at, and I can go through many examples, have already taken this low. Some of the altcoins have already taken this low. I mean, theta still looks strong. It really, it has a massive impulse here to the upside, and it still has a higher low. And even if it comes down lower and taps the 786 at 85 cents, it still has a higher low. So the structure from a macro perspective here on the daily still looks strong, okay, on theta. And there's a potential for it to create a third wave here to the upside, where this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the only rule with a 1, 2, if this is a 1, 2 from an Elliott wave perspective, if this is a 1, 2, your maximum target is the 786. It almost tapped it. So if theta loses momentum here, it can still find support below these lows over here. Okay, for potential massive breakout here to the upside. So I'm still bullish on theta. I do have a spot bag of theta, but I can tell you guys now, if we come back down to 85 cents, I'm definitely buying more. Okay. So that is basically the analysis over here. Sol heading for a crucial trend line this weekend if we keep ranging sideways. Okay, interesting. I see a lot of people talking about Sol as well. I see it's also trending on social medias at the moment. Thank you for the analysis. Cool. Legends, that is unfortunately all I have time for today. I wanted to keep it relaxing. I've gone through some altcoins. I know I haven't gone through everything over here. It is Saturday. I still want to go and spend some time with my family, have a beer. I really enjoy beers, especially on Saturdays. And I thought, let me share some education, which I did. As always, if you'd like to come and trade with me under exchanges, I've got Bluffin, 80K bonus. There's some exciting things coming. I don't want to spoil the beans, legends. There's some exciting things coming here with signing up with one of these affiliate links. Okay, I can't spill the beans. Okay, I can't spill the beans. But you will only get access to some things when you've signed up with one of our affiliate links. Okay. Right, legends. Also, if you'd like to be part of our Discord trading community, first link down in the description. And that is basically it from my side. Okay. Unless you guys just, if you want to ask some personal questions, I'll stay on for another 5 minutes just to ask some personal questions. I don't want to do more analysis. Okay. My brain is already fried. I've been talking for 58 minutes non-stop already. Okay. What is my favorite beer? Stella. Stella is my favorite beer. I really enjoy Stella. I mean, actually enjoy any type of beer, but Stella is my most favorite at the moment. And cheers. Thank you so much. Okay, I've gone. Have a great weekend, legends. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Link? I'm very, very bullish on Link. I bought my first spot bag of Link. Okay, I'm not going to do analysis on Link. Just smashed my mic over here. But I didn't have Link in my portfolio, and Andy actually convinced me without convincing me that I need to buy some Link. So what I told Andy when I was in Dubai, okay, is I've got Link over here. I told Andy when I was in Dubai, Andy, if I get a $10 to $8 Link, I will buy some. And what did we get? We got an $8 Link. I was hoping even just for a $10 Link. I told Andy I will not buy Link where it is at the moment. And I think when I was in Dubai, Link was trading over here somewhere, okay? Inside of this structure somewhere. It was here somewhere when I was in Dubai. And then I told Andy, there's no ways I'm buying Link right now because this definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this looks like it just wants to correct here to the downside. And then that Monday, when everyone was so fearful and bloodbath, and we're going down, and the interest rate for the yen of Japan has been increased for the first time in 40 years. This is where I scooped up some Link. Okay, so now I have a spot bag of Link. So in the long term, I'm very bullish on Link, and I will buy more if we come down here to $6.70. I will buy more Link. Okay, nothing's ever guaranteed. We are trying to catch the bottom. Okay, this is it's from an investment perspective. You don't know where the bottom is. No one knows where the bottom is, but I know that this is a good place to buy because there was so much fear in the market, and I can just imagine if Link had to come down here to $6.7, there's going to be even more fear in the market. So I want to buy the fear. Okay, so I am in the long term, I'm very bullish on Link. If you could hold 3 coins for 5 years, what would they be? Bitcoin, obviously, and well, if you exclude Bitcoin, it will definitely be Link. Let me just open my list over here because that's a difficult question. Only 3. It would definitely be, I would say, Link, Filecoin, and Mina Protocol. Quite an odd number over there. Anyways, legends, have yourselves a super Saturday. Thanks for joining the stream. Make sure that you smash up the like, and I will see you guys on Monday again. Cheers for now.